Welcome back, everyone. And wow, have we seen a huge drop in the silver market over the last 24 hours. Over the last week, we are down to 29.84 from a high of 34.12. And that's quite a bit of a reduction there. It's one of the largest I've seen. It's pretty dramatic, and there's many reasons for the drop. Initially, because the rise of the price of silver was because of the tariffs that we're going to be hitting. So it actually got up to $34.12, which is great for people that have had the chance to go and maybe sell some of their silver when they got some at a higher price. I don't do that. I like to hang on to my silver. And the only time I really trade out my silver is when the gold and silver ratio drops down to a place. Typically, when it's been around 70, you take some of your silver and you trade it out and sell it, and you get some gold for that. Now, we are in a very unique position that we have not seen in a long time. So we are now looking at the gold silver ratio at over 102 to 1. So that's a pretty amazing thing. And there are people out there right now that are selling their gold and buying silver with it. Now, if you can do that, then I would say that sounds like a pretty good situation to be in. You're able to get more silver for the purchase, right? And we all know, and we've all been watching the market over many years, and I'm a strong believer that silver is going to get back to over $30 and hit higher points than it's hit so far. And it may or it may not. I am definitely not a financial advisor by any means, but I've been watching silver for many years, and it's a very, very great way to invest your money. Not so much an investment, but it is a good hedge against inflation. And I do encourage people to get out there and purchase silver and precious metals every week with some of your funds and watch how it works. And for some of you younger people out there that watch, it's a great opportunity now that it's below 30 again to go out there and get yourself some silver and add it to your stack. You can pick up some, the coin shop I go to, they treat me really well. And I can pick up things like this for about $1 over spot. So they have a bunch of this stuff that they just sell off. Really good condition, and they look really, really nice, and it's a lot of fun, as always, to go into the coin shop and get these. But like my most recent purchase, because like I have told you guys in the past, that I only have a certain amount of money that I like to spend each and every week out of my paycheck on precious metals. So recently I've had to stick to these. Now these, I just purchased this here for $27.50. Right, so that is because the silver price when I made this purchase was closer to the $34, and I got this one for $27.50, which at the time was less than $2 over spot. It was like $1.40 is what I paid for this over spot per ounce. But I was able to pick this up at $27.50, and there's my $30 for the week, right? But now for the same thing, this is only 0.77 ounces of silver versus this being 1 troy ounce, 1 full ounce of silver. I'd rather pay $30 for this than $27 for this any day, right? Because I enjoy getting full ounces if I possibly can with my weekly purchase. So now that's how I do it. I don't expect everybody to do that, but I get encouraged sometimes. I went to the coin store this past week, and I did see somebody that was rather young, in their 20s, in there making a purchase, and they were buying just 1 ounce of silver, and they were trying to buy the cheapest one that was there. They basically came in and said, I want a generic round of silver, the cheapest one that I can get for 1 ounce round. And he gave her a really good deal and ended up giving the purchase to the person for, I think it was 80 cents over spot for that round that they purchased. So it was pretty encouraging to see somebody that was younger coming in and making purchases of silver small amounts, and that's how I recommend people start their investing journey. It is something that you can put your money in that's way better than a savings account, like I've always said, and it will increase over time. So right now you may be looking at it and saying, man, it went from $34 down to 30. Everything that I bought at 34, I just lost $4 in the past week on my silver purchase. But if you continually do this and you buy one now at 29 and it goes back up to 30, you just made $1 on that one. If it stays below 30 and you buy two at 29, you just made $2. I know it only makes up half of the 1 week that you lost when you bought it at 34, but over time, it averages itself out and you're going to be up 15 to 20%, not taking out for inflation. So over time, it's a really good way to invest your money. The only thing is with silver, and why I don't necessarily consider it a real good investment, the proceeds from it, you don't roll back over into the silver and make more purchases of silver. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you put money into even a savings account and you get to take the money every single month, they typically pay out monthly on your savings account. And if you take that money and roll it back into your account, you're now not only getting that same percentage on your initial input into the bank, but you're also getting a percentage of the increase that you made. Say you had $10 in there. Now this is just a scenario so you can understand what I'm talking about. You put $10 in there and every month they give you 10 cents. So now you have $10.10. Well, the next month you'll have $10.10. The next month you'll have $10.21. So you get an extra penny because you had the other 10 cents in there. So you made that 1 penny off the 10 cents and you made another. So you'll have $20 or $10.21, right? Just in general. So you can see over time it grows, and that's where you get into compound interest when you're doing real investing. Even in things like savings accounts, which I do not think they're great for investing, because you can get a lot more when you truly invest your money. Inflation pretty much destroys what you have in a bank for savings accounts, especially if they're only paying out like 0.4%, 1%. And if you have a high yield, it usually can be okay. And with the compound interest you get on that, it can work over time, but it would take a very long time. That's why I recommend other ways to invest your money. Now, with silver, you can't purchase this and then next month take what this earned and buy more silver with it, because you'd have to go back and sell this to the coin store, which at that point, this $27.50 I paid for this, if I was to take it in there the same day and sell it back, he would only give me $25 for it, right? Maybe this guy's pretty good. He probably would have given me about $25.50, maybe even $26 if he's selling it for $27.50, right? But that's the problem with silver, buying and selling it. Silver is not something that I would recommend that people just buy and try to sell right away, because of that situation right there. As I said, you're working with the premiums that those coin dealers need to pay to get the silver themselves, and then they have to resell it for a higher price on top of that. So you have to understand that, and that's not a negative thing. I really am glad that coin stores do that and don't pay spot price for silver, because they wouldn't be able to survive. And then I wouldn't be able to go in every week and find different types of rounds and coins that I enjoy looking at and purchasing. I like to be able to go in and put it in my hand and look it over. And, like when you purchase a few of these, or when you go in and purchase, you can pick out dates that you don't have, like this one here. I didn't have this year, so I went ahead and picked that one up, right? So just wanted to cover that a little bit, and for you guys out there that may get discouraged when silver drops in price, be encouraged that you can buy more for your money at that time. And I believe that silver will go back up over $30. It may take some time. I'm kind of hoping that it does stay at the reduced price for a while, so that I can pick up more of it with the money that I spend. Because there's going to come a day that my silver will need to be sold, maybe in my old age, or maybe I'll just pass it all down and let it just continue to bless my family with it, with with the silver after I'm gone. So we'll see how that all plays out as I get older. So anyway, I just wanted to reach out to you all, let you know what I was thinking about the situation that was going on out there, and to try to encourage you to continue to stack, never stop stacking. As always, keep on stacking, onward and upward.
There once was a man that stacked silver, so he called himself an investor. But the silver he had was not enough, so he stacked it more and more. Soon then the increase comes, shiny, glittery, and in large sums. Now when the stacking's done, he loved it more and more.